she's seen a magazine, but in the mirror she don't see what she has to be. Actually, brains been cracked, man, them dastardly plans to be making up cash. Perfection deceiving, makeup staining your face so you need it. They made up a lie and the maidens believe it, faking an act on a stage with the Egypts. What poisoned you more, the poison in thoughts or the poison in pores? And if a boy wants you made up or more, tell him vacate my life, you'd be making me bored.
You deserve much more than this. Strip back the shell and you'll find your gift. Put distractions on surface, you're certain to burden your search for the perfect prince.
Calcium, sulfate, magnesium, sodium, potassium, manganese, iron, aluminium, nitrates, phosphorus, copper and zinc. Maybe some lead if you've got a Victorian sink. Chlorine, fluoride, pesticides, you can find all of these substances in certain water supplies. Some stuff gets added in them, some filtered out, but we don't think on that, we tell them children drink it down. So how'd you manufacture consent when the people on their profiles are setting the trends? Make an algorithm, get in their heads and tell them through a thumbnail that they better be stressed. Cause it's easier to rule scared people who don't want it shared. Equal folk who won't prepare for the sequel. Folks who don't care if they're complicit with evil. Let's stop listening to fetal. No retrieval.
Coming from allotments, it's a lot, this decomposted nonsense. I've deeper roots than these plonkers, so watch this. What's this? It's the lo-fi, make you flop quick. Soiled feet, oily beach, toddler hobbling through. You best watch what you say and watch what the be watching you. Ears in the microbes, listening to. Made a dub for you. Well, made the wicked witch of West melt. Dispelling all of that spells, dispelling all the lies that she sells.
From page, here comes the fun again. Black and white, is their right hook and come again. Page 3 makes him come again. In the plastic act as they program the sun again. What's in your food? What's in your water? What's in the image they're showing to your daughter? Did they teach us? Did they leash us? Whilst they feed us, greed and deceive us? What's in your food? What's in your water? What's in the images they're showing to your daughter? Did they teach us? Did they leash us? Whilst they feed us, greed and deceive us?
Sugar burada. Sugar burada.
Oi.
Sugar burada. Malago do.
Don't believe the hype. Don't read what they write. Read between the lines. Seek the truth at night. Dive inside your mind. Find a dream and rise up high. Elucid in this mind trap. Or you're stupid with your mind suck.
What's in your food? What's in your water? What's in the images they're showing to our daughters?
Hey. 2 secs. I'm just going to get Highland Wolf in here. I think he's on the phone call right now waiting for me. Are you there, buddy?
I am here. Back for another day of Pubg Scrims.
Oh, welcome back, bro. It's great to have you. One of the first players, Totem wasted. I was just chatting to him today. Yeah, we're back today. Big lobby. I might have sorted out some of the FPS issues from last night. Not sure. But we are with the Brute Scrims tonight after Pro EU last night. And we've got a lot of strong teams here. Gonna watch out for Totem for sure. Bro Black are back. They were with us last night inside the Pro EU Scrims. And yeah, this flight path's heading up very westerly right now. And military base is an easy option to go to, but I'm expecting to see a lot of troops move up to the north and east sides of this. We're getting away from the flight path and vehicles, etc.
Yeah, I definitely expect with the flight path we can expect to see here Bigfoot a lot of teams choosing to hold off, go for Georgia Pole, Ruins Hospital, that triangular trifecta that we see a lot of contention in the early game for an angle, but also we could see a couple of teams choose to go down around the ferry pier to the northeastern side, whereas a couple of compounds there that do contain some fairly good loot for the early game, and you can get set up and then move your way down to the center of the map to Pachinki or to farm on the east side onto the late game, where, depending of course where the border ships. Yeah,
I'm expecting an impending doom with this border. This flight path is a bad omen for the first circle. But we'll see how it goes. An obscure flight path can often lead to an obscure circle that just really doesn't match it very well. And look at that, everyone just skipping over military. I'm actually getting a little bit tired of seeing people avoid the possible hot drops and leaving some of the best loot to no one.
Yeah, and what we've seen from yesterday is these teams choose to ignore these hot drops, as we say, but then instead choose to go for the compounds such as Farm and Milta, or head back south to Sovnovka military base, where we have seen a couple of fights happen and break out on last night's scrims with you, Bigfoot. But as I expected, we see a number of teams here moving into Georgia Pole and the hospital area, and we can expect to see a lot of team fights, a lot of skirmishes in the early game happen around this area, and a lot of kills go towards a victorious team coming out of it.
Yeah, and we just managed to see just on that west side and in the north, just anyone that landed south has got a bit of a way to go, but the rest of them that landed up north, especially the three teams we have in North Georgia Pole, are pretty comfortable right now for now. And just going to zoom in on GSK here, looking like they might be having a bit of a conflict in the hospital, is it?
Yeah, it looks like the hospital here could be a really highly contested area, as we do see a number of teams fighting around this area. We do obviously have looks like Help will be this team up against obviously Evo on Evolve eSports, the other contenders here around hospital. But we also have to keep an eye on the Gunrunners here to the northern side on that bridge just south of Georgia Pole, as well as we have to keep an eye on Nightmare, another team that are new. And I want to talk quickly while we are in this early game stage, Bigfoot, about a number of new teams that have been showing up to these scrims, and the likelihood that we will expect to see a lot of unusual and new strategies coming out from these teams that we might have not seen before. We see teams like X Value, X Gamer, Gunrunners, Nightmare, CCCP team, Number One Evils to go on, as does the list. And about half of these squads, if not more here, actually filled with new players and new teams in this scrims tonight.
Yeah, and some of them are, a couple of them contain a couple older players, like Team Spirit has 2 Clash members on, and 9K, another amazingly interesting team. This is just the old Sympathy roster, but some of them also is really surprising, coming out of nowhere and dominating. And we do just see GRS leaning in with the M4 Iron Sight and managing to get a knock here on one of Evolve eSports members. I think it was Azza, but Azza's back up now. And they didn't get the confirm on the kill, but they're going to try and hopefully get back to hospital where they're not outnumbered so badly.
Yeah, and we definitely have to keep an eye on the northern side here in Georgia Pole as well. We have 3 teams there in that area going, obviously, with the Number One Evils. We also have the side of NRT and X Value on the northern side. So about 6 teams here in this northwestern section of Erangel in the early game.
Yeah, so many teams went up in that northwest. Hey, it's crazy. Out of all the places they could have gone, it just seems like such a Georgia Pole concentration, and Totem are starting to get knocks on Vertu. I did pull up on them on the iPad. I'm going to pull up on them on the bigger screen right now and check out what Totem are up to, because they're extremely split up, and we've only got one member on top of Vertu, and he did manage to get, I think Totem Alzu's literally just wiping Vertu all by himself right now, while Wasted needs to catch up and get some kills himself. It does appear like Alzu, I didn't watch the kill feed, but he's the only one in that area, and 3 of them are down. Chris gets blitz.
To note, though, they have lost one member. Yogan is down, and this 1v1 and Octi, if he does manage to get able to revive one member, he is being shot now, but he looks like he has perhaps found a little bit of a reprieve here, but as though here trying to find that shot. We also have Wasted on the backside, and he has found, and that will be thanks to the side of Chris on that flank, the entire side of Vertu out in 16th place. And as we say, only 15 teams remaining in a 25 team scrim lobby tier tonight.
It's 20 teams. The first 5 slots are empty.
20 teams. I've got 25 on my list. Yeah.
No,
I don't know because we'll be 5. We'll be 5 up. Yeah. My bad here.
And I guess 1 or 2 teams didn't show up, so we haven't lost 5 teams already. So there must be 1 or 2.
No, for sure, definitely.
Must be a couple no shows.
Yeah, real shame here.
Look at Elzu, man, you stop it, buddy. That's not polite.
Oh man, I saw that for sure. But definitely looking at these teams, we also had to keep an eye on as well. Actually, this interesting rotation here from NRT, as they do get kind of swarmed here by the sort of X Value, who have taken over their buildings where they were sat. Buse now also far north and separated from his teammates here, who are now stuck trying to fight as 3v4.
There might have been a little bit of buffering there for you on YouTube. Sorry about that. But it should be alright. Just a couple of seconds. Let us know how the stream's going for you in the chat. I'll try and check it regularly. I still haven't got 2 full screens yet, so I've got to check back to it every now and then. But let us know who you're rooting for, and we'll try and get them followed. It's looking like everyone's pretty comfortable right now. 12-18 down in Primosk, just losing. Yeah, we just managed to see...
Yeah, definitely looking around at these teams here, and interestingly enough, actually, we do obviously see one team as I suspected here on the southern side with the team of, it will be Team Glow down in Novoripanoye, down in the south as well. And these teams who are down here on the southern end of Erangel, especially looking at the team of BP5 as well here, Bigfoot, they're going to have a lot of running to do as that border moves in. Are we on a 1.2 border speed tonight?
I'd assume so, yeah. I haven't confirmed that though, but I would assume so. I'm assuming it's boosting loot 1.2 speed. Starting to look like NRT being tactically surrounded by X Value. I think they've sent one guy round for a flank already. Yeah, we do. We've got Carrix here waiting on the flank while the rest of them start the conflict, and it's been an excellently planned attack, this one. Look at that. They've lined themselves up and just deleted one of NRT and put them on the fearful back foot. Carrix still just sitting there on the flank, but Mers does go down.
And this is this disadvantage of having Butte really far out, losing Butte actually, in fact, down on that northern side of the area. We see that insane frag though, and actually does just Nico there, actually managing to find that frag, that knockup. That's going to provide them the reprieve that they need right now in this first game, because they were certainly under a lot of pressure from the side of X Value here, and NRT, they're gonna have to do some more. We see actually Nico trying to go for that second grenade. Can he find a double kill with it? We'll just have to see.
Nico's doing exactly what I do in TPP, is just cooking a nade. Cook it, cook it, cook it, cook it. And if you're lucky, the cooking and the movement of your opponent will be perfectly right. Like, watch this on... No, he was too keen because Mers is there now. He could have waited an extra millisecond and seen Mers and got him, but it was a good guess where they were going to be from sound. I'll give him that, but unfortunately Mers had moved on and the other team member was a little bit further back. Now they're sending nades straight back into Nico. This is an interesting little battle here.
Yeah, and the positioning there from Nico's smart to go back and not choose to risk getting naded himself here in that positioning inside the building. So important in this skirmish, as we just saw, obviously, the side of X Value lose one of their members, and that's really going to affect him with Carrick's down. It now makes that a 3v3 skirmish, and they lose their man advantage. Flick now behind the side as well of
Oh! He has to throw his own nade and retreat from his own nade there, because a nade comes in on him. And just if you're watching this as an amateur or casual player, just be aware that, like, when you're hiding from a gun, also be aware that you've got to hide from a grenade. The way Nico retreated from that window there was very professional, because you can hide from the bullets, but if you're still at that window, a nade can get you straight off, so you need to pull back from any position where a nade can also get you if they know your position. It's not often on the forefront of everyone's mind. Sorry?
As well, and especially if you're healing as well, and you don't need to be at that window. Just get yourself further back, get yourself back into safety, and if you do go down, it's going to be detrimental for your teammates as well, because if they're not there, like the positioning was there from NRT, they were split from each other in that little bit of a skirmish there. However, we do see them now compile together, and X Value looking like they now just want to disengage off that fight, with obviously the same going for NRT here as they move back. Still searching for him. I don't think they've perhaps noticed if they have a choosing not to engage further onto NRT, who have made that successful disengage. And looking at around the rest of the map, however, we have to keep an eye on this zone shifting on the eastern side, as we see a lot of these teams kind of move forward into Yasnaya and through that bridge into the play zone.
Yeah, we have the Primoshka, Novorepdoye, Milta teams moving into zone right now. Bro Black making it up from Primoshka very comfortably into the southwest corner of zone, as TNB pull in, as well as Equilibritas and BP5 coming in around the Yasnaya area. I'm going to have a little look at one of these teams pulling in here, unless maybe Totem are pulling up on help. They're not quite close enough, but they're pretty close, and it's going to be interesting to see if Elzu can continue that aggressive momentum here. Elzu knocking out 3 of that squad before.
Yeah, definitely have to keep an eye on them here. And Elzu here, a star player in this game, #1 for Totem. Already 3 of total Team 4 kills on his pocket here. We're looking like he could engage against the side of Team Help as well, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for that engagement if it does end up coming out, and he could be the one to engage that fight for his team. But a lot of teams on this southern side on the border here, we have about a total of 5-6 teams inside the border. We're another couple of 2. We also see BP5 and CCCP on the outside of the eastern edge of that border, now moving in and looking now north as well. We have to see how these teams, such as the side of Nightmare, will choose to rotate around us. They are on that coastline, not chosen to move just yet, but if they do decide to move later on down to the center, they're going to have to be wary. It is already preoccupied now, and they have lost the opportunity to rotate if they do choose to do that later on.
Yeah, and Help, the team that are in ruins with Chris and Elzu right now, have been split to 2, and it looks like they're aware of that fact, and they've probably assuming Totem with a full squad right now, and the 2 from Help are moving back, and the other 2 members that aren't with them right now aren't too far away, but they're too far away to provide any serious assistance. So T-God and Lisa are making a move up to the rest of Help and leaving Totem in the ruins to regroup themselves and move on to some more carnage.
Yeah, we do see a couple of teams here with talking about Carnage, CCCP and TN. It's actually decided Glow here will be very close together here with the side of also Gunrunners right behind them now moving in the vehicles. It could be an engagement here from Gunrunners as they charge in behind the side of the Team Glow. Shots go down, and Spark goes down to about a third of his health here. First aid kit comes out, and also keep an eye on the perspective here of Team Glow, trapped in between these 2 teams, not where we want to be. We see even Team Help now moving in to the southeastern side of this skirmish as well, and we'll have to see if the GOAT can just escape this if they choose to try and go against it. Maybe actually going to go up and fight against the side of CCCP.
They've got a house full of vehicles here. Close, sitting in a house, absolutely ram-packed with vehicles. Help are losing people.
Here we see T-God already down in the engagement here. Come out from these teams. Help will go down.
Help retreated into danger. I hate to see that when someone retreats for safety and ends up in worse danger than they were in to start with. They only had 2 members of, well, I say only 2 members of Totem. That's basically a full squad right there.
Has been charged on here.
Sorry?
He's got the grenade going. The goat.
Is he charging in?
It's on enemy below him here. He gets shot by one, and actually Shotnik here from behind through the door. And yeah, that's why you have to keep your doors closed here. And vulnerable there, and got caught out in that misposition. Yeah,
got there just a little bit too late to try and catch his glory grenade that failed there, unfortunately for him. But Totem's still sitting on that south side, pretty comfy. It's looking like, where's Bro Black? Have they made a big rotation again? Hey, if you want to see the most obscure rotation in oh, looks like BlueStacks just stopped. I can just go over to the iPad for now. Sorry, one sec, guys. Yeah, Bro Blackman White, where are they? No, there they are. There they are.
Right, they're up to the north side here.
So they've taken. They started Primorska. Look where they've gone to now.
I mean, this is Bro Black in a nutshell, right?
Yeah, rotation.
Rotations.
Rotation pros, man.
Here we go. They're actually engaging up on top of Evo here, though. And they take him out, wipe them out immediately. And Evo just immediately deleted off of Erangle's map here in game number 1. I think they just literally ran them over. Now, moving around the side of the map here, we have to take a look as well, Bigfoot, at around the side of Gunrunners, as well as looking at the side of Nightmare, who have rotated down south as I expected they would here. BP5 now taking up that western edge of Severny compound. The border has shifted very far north, and as a result, about 30% of this play zone is already out into the water. Combined that with the rivers around the map, and it's going to really affect these teams as they struggle for land in this area. But a very hilly and open area, it's going to be about which teams can choose that specific high ground that they need in the right area of the map to get an advantage on the elevation against the other teams.
Ooh, not the best audio coming out of the iPad right now, so it's good we got the other one back up and running. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, the audio in the iPad was cutting in and out a bit, but we're back with all double screens now, and we're still following Totem. We're sitting on 4 team kills, and on the other screen we're following Bro Black. We're catching the zone.
To Gunrunners in the centre between a couple of teams. We've got cccp on the south rotating round here, Bigfoot. And on the southern side, we also have to keep an eye out for Team Glow as well as Team Totem, as you have your eyes on right now, also rotating down to that southern side. It's going to get really contested and congested here with the amount of players that are about to hit this southern centre point of the circuit.
Yeah, 13 teams heading into zone 3, and I'm reckoning it's going to be a lot less than that by the time we get to 5, because it is congestion galore here. Everyone's trying to scramble for a compound, but no one's actually in Severny itself right now. I would highly recommend getting yourself into Severny, but we'll see where they go. Bro Black up in a little miniature compound at the top there. Totem almost in zone, but not quite, with XG just ahead of them. Glow managing to deal with being surrounded before quite well, and cccp just on the edge of them too. And looks like a lot of these teams are just taking it patient for that zone shift, whilst they just hunkered down in their compounds, and it's looking... Wow.
You have a knock here, though. Yeah,
where from?
Glow.
Where did that knock come from? I missed the kill feed. Wow.
Yeah, interestingly, so did I actually there, but Nico also getting knocked as well, and we actually see that knockup going to really affect Glow as they lose another member as a result of it, and it looks like it could be this congestion here between Totem and also X-Gamer, who are now fighting likely for this space against each other. We see Wasted down here as well, further up, and Alicio here down.
Got XG trying to hit
Wasted
Wasted
getting
out.
shot.
Yeah, Jetto69 does knock down Wasted. That is bad news for Totem. Elzu is coming in with a smoke, but the shots are coming in from the DP onto Elzu's face. He only takes one bullet to the body, maybe the arm, and he's looking reasonably okay for a second or two, but...
Yeah, it looks like they have hard engaged right now onto the side of Team Totem eSports. They are now vulnerable here. Grenades go out. Elzu could be falling down right now, right here. As Crispy moves in on that engagement with smoke there to cover up. We only have 2 members remaining on Totem as well here with Alizu and Chris alive. Alizu now moving up to the second part of the floor here on this one small compound they've got in their favor.
And
Looks
look
like the
how
grenade
Nexus
could
is
come
already
out.
on the flank.
Alizu here with the grenade, though perhaps he does see that door open. Nexus could be there.
Well, yeah, and they've sent down so many smokes to push this compound. XG really keen on clearing Totem out of the game right now. They are a team that if you can wipe, it's going to help you in your final position, to be perfectly honest with you. If you find the chance to eliminate Totem and you're gunning for first place, you need to try and take it, I think.
Yeah, and they're really aggressive right now. We see the rotation out of Nexus as well behind them to make sure that we can't escape back from the side of X-Gamer here. And X-Gamer, this squad really comfortable right now with that knock-up. That missed position around that rock has seriously cost Totem their advantage in this game. Number one is they charge further in and they just immediately try take down a couple here. Alex going down. He will also get shot down right at the entrance of that door by Crispy. And the one remaining member also down, RT Totem, as they now fall, both of them simultaneously. They are out of the game, and X-Gamer is now going to have that tough decision though about how to move back into the border. We see Nightmare also rotated back up to their home here in Savoni, where there is actually an airdrop if they might choose to go for it. Perhaps get those 8x scopes online as well as those AWMs, is those kind of items that you're looking for in these late game drops.
CCP pushing right up on Panic right now. Stranger has gone down, but Limbo Boons managed to eliminate Halo. Rambo round the corner. Sends a nade out.
Yeah, it's going to miss, unfortunately. We see Rambo here as well behind the boxes.
So all of CCCP still alive. And Panic
in the outpost.
Panic on the back foot right now.
Yeah, definitely have to agree here. Toxic is really not in a great position right now. We see Rambo below him. He has got iron on one. Can he find that knock up? No, he actually goes down to like a third of health, and this is where we're going to start charging him. He's not going to have time to heal up, and this could be him immediately down, as we see here. Rambo will likely fall. Toxic's now one shot away from being killed off. If he does go down, that will be the end. He has to try for a grenade out, a Hail Mary move at this point, but it's not going to matter. So he will lose Rambo right now as they come out and execute this player, most likely. And now we see the grenade come out on the outpost. Desperation moves won't matter as CCCP take them out, and that will be the side of their squad down in 11th place here in the first game. Still 10 squads remaining, and all congested around Savoni.
Yeah, guys, when I said go to Savoni, I didn't mean all of you. For God's sake, don't take everything I say so seriously. God.
I mean, we're looking at 5 teams right now around here. We've got 2 teams down south with the Gunrunners here, and where we also have also the side of X-Gamer here, as well as CCCP are going to have that nice drop in their favor as they move forward into Savoni. All trying to find a vie into this compound here onto Savoni. Gatroxic trying to find a snipe onto Chris here on Nightmare in that high tower there. We have Mers as well on the back. Ahead of his team here, Mers, the only surviving member of X. It will be X value here.
Yeah, if no one knows Mers is there, Mers can do a bit of a survival for quite a while, but if someone knows he's there...
I mean, they do know he's here. His shot's gone to him. Gatroxic has tried to take him down. They do know he's here. But will the teams choose to go for him? I don't think so just yet. There are bigger fish to take down here.
Bro Black are extremely weak on the flank right now, but they're doing a great gatekeep of Severny. They're gatekeeping about 6 teams, but like I said, weak on the flank, and the team that just wiped out Totem is flanking them right now, and they've got some shots in. Arise needs to heal off. They're sending the smokes out to buy a bit more time. Vegan sending some tacticals out at the approach. So is Gatroxic. Some random nades. Maybe going to blow someone up if they're really lucky, but there just needs a little bit more time to heal. Those tacticals aren't doing anything too much. And it does. A nade goes over the car they were driving over.
They have one knock off as Arise gets one. And they actually find a second here. Perhaps almost as Jetto almost goes down. The nade goes over from Arise. But the Toxic has also gone down. He gets that nade up as we wanted here.
Wow, that was so close. That last nade from Bro nearly finished Jetto and Crispy off. But they just managed to make a move. Gatroxic needs to get healed up, but driving over that random nade really dealt them some damage, and it only took a couple of bullets to knock them out. Nearly knocked both of them out, but knocked like about 90% of one of them and all of the other.
Behind them here, we actually have to keep an eye out on Nightmare. They can't engage a rat hill behind them either. They can't retreat away because Nightmare will snipe them out. We do also see a member, however, UKID decided Bro Black separated on that flank. He has got that high ground advantage. He's now moving in to try get a better angle here against the side of X Gamer, but it might just be too late here, unfortunately, as he does need to get in immediately right now. CCCP also getting a knock up onto X Gamers behind them though, and they're gonna have to keep an eye out for this third party fight here. Is actually CCCP getting 2 and Bro Black feeling really comfortable right now with 2 of them getting knocked up in their favour with a third party squad here.
Nightmare pushing in the car, abandoning the knocked members and the left behind members, just gunning for placement. So much fighting going on right now. 8 teams in zone 5. It's just insane.
Not going to be where they want to be. Severny's now out of the compound, and we expect to see Nightmare move in. It's now CCCP. They take that advantage with the play area and the play zone. And Bro Black really hurting right now. Arise, UKID has been taken down. Arise also now dead as well as that play zone takes him down. And they lose another one as Gatroxic gets immediately sniped down for one shot as he moves over that hill. Vegan, the car, the only thing there to protect him. Nightmare really putting on the hurt, but they have to be respectful themselves. They have this open area, and they do actually lose one. Another 2 knocked down. Domper, the only remaining member, can he find it on one onto CCCP? Looks like CCCP will be a really strong team here with 8 kills in their pocket right now, with 2 still up in their favor versus these teams. We see obviously get the side of Gunrunners here taking down 2 as well themselves with the knock up here, but they are in the zone on the edge here.
The next thing I was going to say was I'm so surprised that Bro Black are alive with that placement they had, but by the time I had a chance to say it, they were gone and wiped. It was such an awkward position for them to be in, and they had so many teams around them. And this XG team, 23, new team for me, absolutely dominating. X Gamer. Really, really good, man. Just wiping up Totem off the floor like it was nothing.
Yeah.
CCP.
I mean, they do have to be careful here, though.
Oh, they've got to be very careful. They're in a little...
Yeah, I mean, CCCP here are a team with a full squad here. 7 kills in their favour already. You do not want to be giving him that 20-point chicken dinner. As we say, actually, Hesh does go down to a knock here from the side of XG. Blade trying to find that return knock up there, but you can't quite find it.
Yeah, they're trying to wipe Gunrunners before they have to make a move, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. Jetto's actually staying there. There's some of these techniques, man. Look at this. Jetto is floppering. What the hell? Why didn't Jetto get in the car? It makes no sense. He didn't heal. He didn't get in the car. He just ran around the back there and watched what was happening. Third party. That's weird.
Yeah, they will fall down in 4th place here. And the side of these final 3 remaining teams, we have 2 full squads, as well as the side of Aequilibritas. And Aequilibritas, a team that we haven't talked at all yet in this game number 1. They were in the scrims last night. They do have a fairly promising history here in these scrims here. Bigfoot, Fender, and obviously the side of
Guilio.
What a mouthful.
and Guilio goes down to the car 98 from Blade, and so does, oh my god, 2 car 98 shots in 2 seconds, take out 2 members of the opposing teams. I think it is all on Gunrunners now. See how they go, though, as they make a push towards CCP, who are very tightly covered by smokes.
Yeah, 9 kills here on cccp, and also Gunrunners taking their side 7 kills themselves here. These 2 teams want that chicken dinner is what's going to be separating these 2 teams now. Never mind the kill points on this game number 1 here. We will have to obviously check out the later games, but right now, looking back on the first game, these 2 squads and a 2-man party here, the Aequilibritas, Guilio getting taken down to about half, goes prone immediately as he does get shot, but a grenade actually from Gunrunners actually finds one, and they get another knock up onto a second here.
No, it's just 2 teams, and 2 are down for CCCP. Silkos and Spark pushing towards Optica and Stranger. Stranger does go down. Optica has pretty much no chance now against 4 members, and it's over.
Yeah, there he goes. Optica, yeah, we saw Gunrunners charge down with that grenade, started it off, then onto those final shots, get up those final knocks, and it was Gunrunners at that point as they take down a juicy, will be 13 kills on their party here in game number 1 here. Bigfoot is, we do see now also CCCP in 2nd place, and they get themselves a real comfortable 9 points as well. Aequilibritas 0 kills, but securing himself those 10 points in 3rd place will be enough kind of to put them into the middle of the pack, but they're going to have to do more. They're going to have to get a couple more kills on their squad. They were too quiet in this game, and these players and these teams who have the high points, who are in about 4th and 5th here, Bigfoot, they're going to have a higher overall score in this game number 1.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get your webcam up here. Sorry, it's not showing for some reason. It was showing perfectly yesterday, wasn't it?
It was showing perfectly yesterday.
I can see on. Sorry, I can see. No, I can see you on Discord now. It's just can't get you into the streaming software here, I'm afraid.
Yeah, real shame there.
Something's changed with that.
I mean, certainly looking at these teams, right, we have to have a look at these new teams. Not just Aequilibritas in 3rd place and kind of what we know, but also Gunrunners in 1st place. We've got Chicken Dinner. We have CCCP in 2nd place. We have X Gamer in 4th. We have Nightmare in 5th place. And looking at these other teams here, we do have Bro Black. I mean, we kind of know Bro Black are known for being good on Erangel. They did, if you didn't check out their performance yesterday, get kind of a mixed result there on Erangel. But definitely looking at 6th place, they need a little bit of work. And Bro Black, we talk about their positioning even here, Bigfoot, but the positioning's so important, and they're just not able to kind of follow up with equally important that team fight prowess that we see a lot of these other teams have, and the likes of even X Gamer, or as we say, Gunrunners, really pull it out the bag in this late game on these kind of flat team fight heavy areas and the later zones.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised, to be honest, to see Bro Black take such a weak positioning at the end there. It was so good for them up until that point where they got themselves in a valley just amongst so many different teams. And yeah, it didn't last too long. Well, it lasted longer than I expected, but it didn't last long enough, and they did go down. They would have been better getting off on one of those like north or east edges like the other teams that managed to make it to the last circle. And yeah, I was really impressed with a couple of teams there. Really, really good game. And going to move on to the next map in about 5-10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, just a couple minutes away on to the next map.
Happy Juice has posted the codes there, and if you needed to get the results tonight, make sure you hunt down the Brute Scrim Discord. I will post a link in the chat if you want to chase up the final results.
Yeah, and obviously looking at these teams, it is early days in terms of tonight's scrims. So even if we do see Gunrunners in first place here with all these kills, it is nothing to write off home about. We still see another 3 games here, I do believe here, on this scrim tonight. So it is a lot to play for the rest of these teams, and even these teams such as Totem, who haven't had such a promising first game, have that opportunity now to come back and get those points, get those chicken dinners under their belt.
Yeah, I wish them all the best. And I would quite like to see Bro do a little bit better than that, as well as Totem being taken out on the back foot. A very surprising elimination, but it was just ridiculously powerful push from X Gamers. Couldn't really fault the push. You could just about fault the defense a little bit, but the push was just so perfect, so sudden, and so aggressive. There wasn't a lot to be done.
And sorry, 2 games here left on the scrim tonight, but interestingly enough, all on a wrangle as well. And it's going to be really home to Bro Black, who we, as I say earlier, know how to play on a wrangle. They just need to clean up their team fight positioning, and it's going to be the opportune scrim for them to really perfect those kind of minute details in the positioning and the team fight that they need, just to hone off all of what makes Bro Black, if you see where I'm coming from here, as a really good squad. They have the basics. They just need to come down with the little extras to make themselves a really top tier team here.
Totally, man. I'm just going to take a second to just sort this webcam out. I don't want to not have your ability to be on here all night. So we can take a quick break, and we'll be back at the next game there. I know you said three Erangel maps in one night.
Yeah, 3 Erangel maps. Yeah,
that's an interesting take on a scrim. I do like it. I have seen similar things before. Starting to think of more creative scrims myself, that when the channel gets going, I can get launched with the community. Say they maybe get about 80 naked players, and then get 2 or 3 squads. The naked players are allowed to use melee weapons only, and the squads can use guns, and it's just who gets the most naked kills by the end. Out of the 3 squads that are allowed guns, who can kill the most? Who can hunt down the most nakeds?
That'd be very interesting to hunt down players, and interesting to see how those lot of naked players with those melee weapons, with those machetes, the crowbars, the pans, choose to try go about killing these teams with the guns, of course.
Yeah, they'd have to swamp them, but by swamping a team, they'll also give that team heaps of kill points, won't they? So
yeah, exactly.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, interesting to see that. But as we say here, going on to about a 5-minute break, and we'll be with you guys with Game 2 back on a wrangle and see how these teams will be doing.
Just as I get your webcam on. Got it. Yeah, no, I just fixed it there last minute. It's I don't know why it disappeared, to be honest.
Yeah.
The OBS changed. Cool, guys. Yeah, cheers. I'm going to get into the next rooms to make sure my emulator settings are correct, because it did restart halfway through that match. And thanks for bearing with us, and we'll be back in a second.
Yep.
Oi, oi. It's that well sound. Trinity Lo-Fi.
Yo, here man, I'm here man, there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Scan like a tramp with the madman, swagger get slapped with the hand and smashed with the hammer. Here man, there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Scan like a tramp with the madman, swagger get slapped with the hand and smashed with the hammer. I jump on the head of a Cooper trooper, me a level up, bigger folk in a stupor. Stupid goof with the foot size super, shrooms getting brewed for the level up looper. Blooper with the mad paratrooper, big boss bass, 8-bit bass booster. Cheap with the chain jump tuners. Star War when I stomp on the Goomba. Did a rhyming zone, dry bones when you're not that hide from the spike throws. And I got flows, sick from the get-go. Fire jump, shot from Electro. Boom boom, pulling it back. Body boo drops with the bullet bill raps. Sledge cross, stomp on that. Beat the boss with the thumping trap. there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Skank like a tramp with the madman swagger. Get slapped with the hand and smashed with the hammer. Yeah man, there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Skank like a tramp with the madman swagger. Get slapped with the hand, smashed with the hammer. Roll that, smoke that, coke that, bubble hash, double in my jaws. I'll be suckling on double gas, fast on double dash. Skank in the bubble bath, fuckers get double knuckle smashed with a muckle raft. Muggles get murdered like a berserker. Searched all the earth for a wife that's absurder. Base surfer, cuddling the burger. Huddle with the penguins, muddling the birders. Super smash all these stupid rap wankers. Leave them flat on their face like a planker. Talking of whores, no thought in their banter. Women ought to be more than your brander. They ain't bankers, don't know gangsters. Talking their cash, but it's all propaganda. Raise your standards, raise up the anchor. Can't walk the walk, you get kicked like a camper. Yeah man, there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Skank like a tramp with the madman swagger. Get slapped with the hand and smashed with the hammer. Yeah man, there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Skank like a tramp with the madman swagger. Get slapped with the hand, smashed with the hammer.
Yeah man, there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Skank like a tramp with the madman swagger. Get slapped with the hand and smashed with the hammer. Yeah man, there's no man madder. Flow down data, so there's no man badder. Skank like a tramp with the madman swagger. Get slapped with the hand, smashed with the hammer.
Gonna make it original. Pixel man. Kung Fu man. L1. Ring drum sound. Ichiban. Yakuza. Bam, bam. Je suis le bomberman qui te coupe la tête comme un barbarian. Je t'avale comme Pac-Man. Méga blast dans ta face en mode Megaman.
You must destroy them. You must destroy them. You must destroy them. You must destroy them. The earth is counting on you.
683544.
We're not in black suits, we're more like tracksuits. Bankers walk free whilst they're terrorizing black youth. There's wolves on Wall Street who think that you're sheep. Swallow sugar promises, the blackening for poor teeth. Forget the cash dreams, they're never that deep. Wolves wrap me in the garments of a black sheep. It's time to cast off and join with that block. Reclaim the law, 90 cents, it's the black block.
I'm that rebel scum who never took his medicine. I'm repping with the metal tongue that's rated by the megaton. Destroying Death Stars gets hard. Never mess with them, it left scars. Stress, nah, fuck it, I just get it done. Can't lie, there are times to meddle in the dark side. Goodies aren't white, that's settled by apartheid. It's a grey area, we're kettled in our times. The far right away, scarier levels bizarre, right? Both sides dressed in all black, say they'll never fall back. All stacked with agent provocateurs that got the laws back, of course that might cause spats, but who's funded and endorsed that? Getting more strapped, you see the fash, bringing bigger guns to this fist fight. Skip knives, so respected those that risk lives big time. I'm not critical of this fight, but me I bring a book because it really doesn't sit right. Violence begets violence, the same with ignorance. We're all victims of tyrants, some are blaming immigrants, others cutting wages whilst raking in the dividends. That's why we stay militant, not playing for the
Hey.
Hello.
So yeah, we're back. Just seem to have lost a blue stack screen there.
Oh no.
Sorry, it won't take long to bring it back. It's just
There we go. No, I mean, I'm just looking at the information for these scrims, and I am utterly confused now. So we are on 4 rounds, so there's another 3 games to go.
Yeah.
But it does say Miramar on the scrim info, so I don't know why we're on Sandhawk, but we're on Sandhawk anyway, so we'll see
good.
as we go here.
So Jill, we are where we are.
We are where we are, as we say, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get through the other ones eventually. Maybe we go to Miramar 3rd and Vikendi 4th. We'll see how it is for these teams. But anyways, 3 more games. So another cute game here coming in tonight on these scrims on your screens here as well. And Sandhawk with this playing path, Bigfoot, really interesting to see this playing path because there's really a lot of opportunities for these teams to go around either to Camp Alpha, to Hatin, or if they go to Painan boot camp, they could even go to the quarry, go north up to Paradise Resort if they want to kind of risk it with that border, or as we see a lot of teams go south as well around the side of Camp Charlie here, Bantai, even to the docks. We see the side of it. It will be team help here going down to the docks on the south side.
Yeah, it's looking like boot camp has BP5 only. Bro Black landing in some compounds around boot camp possibly, and looking like Wasted didn't show up for Team Totem today, the second match. So Totem are on 3 players, and a lot of players have gone up to Cow and Tapmock, CCP and XG, some of our extremely strong teams from last time up in the same area, which is going to affect the placements dramatically because I'm not sure if every team's going to make it out of this alive.
Yeah, and especially as we see here at Ketu right in the area here, he's actually just going to parachute himself away as he turns around to parachute back to his teammates here away from Cal, and that is exactly the right decision here, and choosing not to engage between CCCP and also the squad of number 1 Evils. Not going to mess at all with that, especially as we say with such a good placement, getting themselves high up in game number 1 on our angle.
Yeah, XG just drastically avoiding any unnecessary loss of life there and sending one player off when he was, well, this player sent himself off when he was about to land, and it's going to preserve their longevity of this match. And they do actually have Tapmock surrounded, so whoever wins, sorry, they have Cow surrounded by being in Tapmock and the reverse of it. So whoever wins out of Cow is going to be gatekept by XG on their exit, and Nexus is currently rotating clockwise around Cow, maybe just scouting, maybe got all the loot from those 5-6 buildings, and just going to scout out Cow and watch what happens and send the information back to the team. This game is heavily based on information over your gun skill. You need to know what the other teams are doing, what their movements are, etc. So I'm half expecting Nexus just to hang around Cow watching.
Yeah, and really smart plays here from Nexus, as we see usually these kind of 3-1 splits from these teams where we'll have one member stay back for information, the other 3 collect the loot or get better positioning. As we see in the late game, we see it as well with one member trying to finish off, get those extra kills on the edge of the border, and the other 3 move closer for positioning. And it's, as you say, it's all about positioning, making sure you know exactly where your enemies are and you're not taking by that surprise factor, which can be so detrimental to your squad, especially as we move on in Sandhawk, which is going to be a very rapid fire map here. And we see, talking about rapid fire, Bro Black engaging around the north and the eastern side of that compound on boot camp.
Yeah, and another important thing to note about scouting and information is, if you're not near the fight and you can't hear the bullets, the kill feed doesn't mean an awful lot. But if you are near the fight and know you can hear the guns, you can identify exact player locations almost, and also what sort of guns a whole team's packing, as well as who's coming out on top of the fight, etc. If you're within earshot and have the kill feed, you have an awful lot of information to feed back. And look how CCP just surround them. Send the nade in from Optica, from Ptika, and that's 2 down. Vicious and Kazuki.
Yeah, Shotnik also down now it is actually they do lose as we see those members and just wipe out that entire side of number one Evils and they will be out of the game straight away here as we say CCCP surround. But also we see that information coming from Nexus with now Jetso 69 making that rotation up to the eastern side of Cowan, looking like they perhaps want to kind of surround CCCP here. Both on the north, the eastern, and the southern side, and restrict them coming out of that compound.
Yeah, so Nexus, like I said, using the audio now knows they're packing ARs, it's CCCP, there's all four standing, and an entire squad has just been wiped. That's the information he's managed to scout for his squad, and it is valuable information. They know exactly who it is now. If they know anything about the team, how they move, they can think about how to deal with this situation. However, if they were out of earshot and just watching the kill feed, they wouldn't know exactly where that was happening, and they've just got so much info to work with now. And Crispy's on one side, Nexus on another, Jetto on another, and it's just ridiculous, absolutely surrounding Cow. And I'm pretty sure CCCP won't have any idea this is going on right now.
Yeah, we also have to keep an eye on these split members of Bro Black and Totem, two teams that need to have good opportunity here on Sandhawk, and it looked like they're getting a bit close. This Redstone, the real only separator between these two squads. Two other members of Bro Black already taken down.
Oh.
And it will be by the side of BP5 in that engagement that we saw earlier from around the boot camp.
So Bro Black on a back foot, stuck in the south side of this zone. Gonna have to. Hopefully this zone doesn't keep popping north. It'll be great for CCCP or XG, whoever comes out on top. But if it keeps going north, it's amazing for the Tapmock posses. But these people down in the south are gonna have carnage making their way up there.
Yeah, and especially the likes of Team Help here, they're going to have a lot of moving to do already far out from the zone. They have taken the docks round, but it looks like they're going to take the very far flank around the far eastern side of that map in the ocean with the boats here and move into the northern side around the edge of perhaps Mongnai or up onto Cow in the northern side. We have seen actually that movement there between CCCP and Jetto as well. These two teams will likely engage here. Actually, Ketu getting knocked onto CCCP, but they're getting ones themselves here. 2 for X Gamers, 1 for CCCP.
So X Gamers are going to push in now. I'm going to keep one screen on top of the Panic and Evo fight, zoomed out a little bit so you can see what's happened there, and keep the small screen on Nexus making a push, counter push back on CCP, and he does get another knock. CCCP just could not make it out of Cow with that surrounding. X Gamers just so powerful tonight.
Yeah, and that is all thanks to Nexus on that information, as we say earlier. Ketu, with that snipe and a knock up there, manages to find one. They actually find another, though, straight out of the tree. Gets one back into cover in that immediacy there. Actually gets himself almost taken down. Nexus has to now apply those bandages, but it doesn't matter. He gets shot down with Limbo Boom on that flank to the right there, just barely edging out that one bullet that he needs.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's not quite behind that tree properly, and before I had a chance to say it, he gets knocked.
Panic on the other side, wiping Evo out. We've
been watching that from the bird's eye view on the other screen, and Panic came out on top of that with only one knock. Beautiful stuff, but how are CCCP going to deal with this situation? Looking like they're dealing with it so well right now. XG not quite close enough to keep the pressure up, and especially receiving that knock. Nexus is bleeding out. Crispy's going to try their best to get there, but Ketu goes down too, and CCCP have just dealt with this surprise attack so well. They're so comfortable and on their feet. Easy to deal with anything that gets thrown their way, but I really was so impressed by XG's push. I'm so surprised that's gone the opposite direction.
Yeah, really interesting to see how XG have actually suffered to the hands of the CCCP, but heads up to CCCP here for their ability. Now 5 kills on them, taking out this kind of second squad here.
Wow, and we see them just getting the heal, and Stranger stops to take some painkillers, missing a chance to wipe them. That little pause there, I mean, it's probably not going to cost them this fight, but it just did cost them winning this fight right now, because they could have just ran down there and finished them off. But taking it back a little bit, and Nexus has time to heal, but only had bandages. Remember, Nexus had 6 buildings. Nexus only had 6 huts to loot before any of this fight took place. Nexus and Crispy probably can't make it to Ketu. Limbo Boom might even just be camping Ketu out right now. They saw where that nade came from, and they're throwing ones back.
Yeah, Nexus and Crispy, they've lost their chance to take them out as they get back undercover into the buildings. But wow. Ketu is outside and going to be bleeding out here. They will lose another Stranger, going to get that kill on the board. Limbo Boom running him down before he can retreat back to his teammates there in Cow. It now is a 2v4 and likely cccp going to take out the remaining members of X Gamers here.
So I'm going to jump over to Paradise Resort now and see what's happening between the last 2 members of Totem as they end up right on top of Glow. And we did see Elzu pretty much wipe an entire squad by himself last team. It's looking like Elzu's dead, but doesn't mean that Chris or Yogan can't achieve that themselves. Totem is such a strong squad. It's why they got an invite to my deathmatch tournament upcoming. And shame to see Wasted not turning up to this match, and a shame to see Elzu go out so early. But
yeah, just not their night here, and starting off with 3 members, not how you want to go, but the grenade from Chris going to go out. It will go wide though, won't land on anyone.
He knocks Poppy. Poppy goes down. Was that Yogan with a spray from a distance?
Here we go, Chris.
Duga also goes down. Now it's 2v2, and now it's equal ground. I'm going to jump on Chris's point of view here.
Yeah, he's here. He's in the building right now. He's taking out one, moving forward for the others.
Gonna see what Grande can do about this. Fenox too. Chris on very low health. Needs to heal up to continue this push successfully.
Yogan ahead of him though here.
Oh my god. Check the clip last night if you can. I need to edit that one out of the... Who was it? I can't remember who it was actually. Who was on literally 2 HP and knocked 3 people.
I mean, we got to get the clip last night of that crazy team house fight and then the snipe from literally that most ridiculous snipe through the corner of the window.
And the nade up to the top in Miramar, that nade that got thrown up to the height as well.
Oh, such good games. If you haven't watched them last night, go watch them after these scrims because some class plays come out. Chris, so actually dipped out on the outside now. It will actually be the side of Team Glow. Taking out Fenox here. He's going to try and get one snipe, but he's been too late, and now he's revealed his positioning. Chris misses that opportunity. Fenox now knows exactly where he is. Dopey round. We see that cross cover there from Yogan as well.
Yeah, so now Glow back on 4-man squad, and Totem seriously outnumbered. Poppy getting up on that high ground, probably going to find an angle on Chris, but Chris finds it first! Well, Fenox jumps over and knocks Chris. Yogan almost out, and Yogan down. It is over for Totem Esports, while Glow just obliterate them from Paradise Resort.
Yeah, we also have to keep a quick jump, though, into Equilibritas, Help, and cccp are all 3-man triangle kind of formation here on the edge north of Tatmok.
Yeah, we got Stranger in the
side, Nightmare moving in as well. I mean, CCP lose 2 though. This looks like it could be bad for them.
Yeah, Help pushing in. Consistency is so key in this game. It doesn't matter how good your start was. You can wipe 2 squads at the start. You could wipe the 20th and 19th place squads, but then you could be wiped yourself in 18th, and you're getting no placement points, only 8 kill points. Help the GOAT
has been knocked down. Nightmare on the edge there. They're trying to find some Equilibritas. Managed to find actually get knocked twice here by Team Help, and the GOAT trying his best to keep these third-party squads off and away. We also see Nightmare and the side of NRT fighting each other on the edge here. Get some action of that going on, as well as Vasi versus NRT on the corner there.
CCCP are trying to get away as well right now. They're not into this. They're really not feeling it. They're getting some shots sent down from Help still, though. Lisa goes down.
Petit Foucault here is taken down. Kaltuka there will fall down unfortunately, as he does go down. Only one member here remaining. Stranger, the final team player here for side of CCCP. X-Gamer really going to now have that advantage. Still 2 of them alive. They sat quiet in Cow, and this is perhaps the disadvantage of CCCP not taking them out and choosing to take down the remaining side of X-Gamer, because now they're at this disadvantage in players here, down about half versus the double amount of members they had before.
We see NRT pushing into zone, and maybe they sent some shots off before, because it's looking like Nightmare are incredibly aware of their situation or are camping out their return to zone. NRT must have had a fight or something in zone, because NM have the information. Obelix does go down a Domper's camp, catching him out on the edge of the zone. Information is everything in this game. They somehow, didn't catch how, knew exactly where they were and where they'd be coming into zone. They were waiting for it to happen, and NRT just get wiped. Butte on his way in, walking towards 3 members of Nightmare. Can't see it going any other way for Butte right now.
I mean, this is just a class, standard action here from Nightmare, camping out teams from the zone with that advantage on the positioning. Having the zone in your favor is so important. We did see the side of CCCP go down, and Nexus did get that final snipe up onto that remaining member. Butte, I don't see him, as you say, here going to get back into the game. There's just no way with Bassi there that he will survive. We see those 2 members, as I mentioned earlier, moving back into the zone for positioning, and Bassi there to clean up the kill.
And we do see in the Paradise compound, the one just down from Paradise, we've got GRS and Bro Black fighting out. And look, I was just about to say as well, as Vassi makes a retreat, Butte could out-camp him, and he does. Vassi goes down. The rest of Nightmare have gone ahead, and they're going to have to come back now and deal with this situation as Butte backstabs Vassi's retreat to zone.
This could cost them as well, with the side of Help Squad now moving in against them as well. And this is where we kind of see this third party with Kexton away also now vulnerable on his flank here. He has got eyes on him, getting a couple of bullets into him, however.
Yeah, T-God was snaking there in the grass and gets some excellent shots on Kexun the way as he tries to push towards Help and get some information. The nade, was it a nade? No, Molly comes out and just lands on the opposite side of Kexun away, and it looks like he's pretty comfortable. BP5 Kendo getting a kill there.
T-God's coming to flank here, though, and he has to try get him. He actually gets sniped out, can't quite find that with Nax on the other side, as well as the rest of Nightmare here pulling up. Oompa, the only other surviving member, he's trying to flank up, but T-God, if he notices him, will be the end. Nox doesn't look like he's seen him in the grass here snaking.
It does look like XG did not let... Who was it? Who was there? Panic's only one guy. No, Panic's 3 guys left, yeah.
CCCP?
Yeah, it was CCCP, sorry. He didn't let CCCP get away. They managed to track CCCP down and they are gone.
Yeah.
It was that one guy had an excellent retreat into Cow to start with, but obviously didn't end well. And now we have...
I mean, this is just where you have to take them out, right? Like, you just have to take out these teams, and leaving those 2 members left in Cow, even though you had that 4-man squad, that really cost them. We also see, obviously, the side of Nightmare fall down as expected. Nox getting that final kill there, bringing himself up to 2 and 7 in total for their team. And they're going to look real comfortable now moving into this zone. However, already in the zone, BP5, they're going to try and settle up here in kind of quite a clear zone as well. If we do see a center point shift even further down, it could be a very wide and open end game here. But we see GRS also moving up to BP5, and they could be the next team fight, as well as on the northern side, we see Panic and XG. Moving around here, up to Panic as well. Have to keep an eye out on Halo and Crispy. These 2 members, they have eyes on each other. Rambo as well. They have to make these moves forward, and XG recognize that. Perhaps might choose to disengage. We'll just have to try find out.
The disengaging in a fast-moving zone like this is so hard, though, because we saw exactly what I would be warned of now for XG happen previously to Nightmare. As you push away from the person you're camping, You may as well run backwards. I recently discovered you run backwards not that much slower than running forwards in PUBG. I don't know why more people don't do it. It's like you can run forwards a little bit faster and have no information, or you can walk backwards a little bit slower and have all the information possible. I've started doing that when I'm running the zone with people behind me. I'm just going backwards now, man.
Yeah, Nexus gets that knock up there. That will be an extra kill for Panic, but it looks like they will go down. Halo trying to heal himself up. Perhaps going to try just finish off Nexus. I don't know why he's going for Nexus. The kill already has been confirmed with that knock up. He should just go straight for Rambo.
Oh, he's probably just going for the meds and ammo, man.
Yeah.
He's probably going for smokes, meds, and ammo.
I mean, look at that border, actually. It is way further. I mean, they're not going to escape, actually. Excuse me here. I mean, Halo is going to have a heck of a time getting back into this game.
Can Halo make it?
He gets sniped immediately.
Halo goes down, no.
Yeah. I mean,
so in the rank's pretty comfortable in that zone right now.
We'll get a confirmed kill vote onto Team Help, though, with that snipe as well.
Oh, and Grande's burning. Glow Grande gets knocked by the molly. Fenox is also down, hiding behind a tree. Shots are coming in from all sorts of angles. Poppy comes in for the res, but he gets bled out, and Poppy just running around. He's actually just doing a kill deny. Poppy just does the kill deny there, but he doesn't actually get away with it as Help the Goat M4s him down. Cheeky stuff.
The Chicken Dinner squad from game number 1 really looking in trouble here. We see Hesh trying to just make a bit of ground forward for his team. They're going to get sniped out both from the left and the right. But also we have to keep an eye out on BP5. 5 kills on Kendo here. He is down, which could really cause them to suffer here. Hesh, the only surviving member from GRS, Valhalla and Naranx here also moving in. Kendo still separated from him, of course. The grenade not going to land onto Kendo is Naranx. The smoke comes out. They're trying to find one onto Nox, but he goes down to about 1 health, and Hesh finishes him off.
Nox probably going to go down to zone right now, so it's just T-God, all on T-God, and GRS and X-Value, and looking like X-Value have all their team on all full health. It's just ridiculous here. They've already got 3 kills, and they're probably going to clean up the rest of the zone with about 6 kills and a chicken. But don't speak too soon, it is PUBG.
Yeah, he could form up together in some wild tournament and take down X-Value, but as we say, it does look like they will be the team heading in with that chicken dinner. But I say that Mers is being taken down with the knock-up. Flick, Carrigs, and Citroen, by the way, here. Still the only 3 members here. Still that advantage, though, is we do see Gunrunners there go down. Only going to be help the remaining teams here. T-God trying to find that final snipe, but he gets taken down. And it will be the end of the game as they take home that chicken dinner.
Wicked, wicked stuff. X-Value there. Yeah, they got 3 more kills at the end. The GOAT with 11. And GRS with 4 in 3rd place. But look at Kendo's kill count. Kendo managed to get 6 that game.
I mean, definitely looking at Kendo as well. That 6 kills is going to help them so much. But we also have to look at those 6 kills coming out from the GOAT, as well as kind of the entire side of Help in total. Getting himself 11 kills plus that 2nd place is going to equal those 23 points on Sandhawk for their squad, as well as looking, however, at X-Value, a team that kind of struggled on a angle, getting that chicken dinner, getting those 26 points, going to be the most in the game for this game number 2. They're going to look really healthy and back into the scrims tonight for the final 2 games.
Oh god, yeah, these are going to get pretty intense tonight. I'm for sure there's a lot of angry people right now with some of the things that have been going down. People that thought they were like I thought they were going to come out on top. All their tactics were perfect, but so yeah, we say a lot of the time it's information and tactics, but it also, at the end of the day, comes down to gun skill when it's a team like that, and two good teams like that, and they just outmaneuvered that intense attack that was outside of Cal there, and just dealt with it so well.
I mean, definitely also looking at these new teams. It seems to all be about these kind of new teams tonight here, Bigfoot. There's kind of squads such as Panic in 6th place, but below them, Totem and Bro Black. Really not going well for them tonight. And these new kind of squads, we talk about these new strategies in the first game, these new techniques coming out from these squads that these teams don't necessarily look for from the likes of Bro Black and Totem as an example, when they really suffer for it. And a couple of mistakes from Totem as well around that Paradise Resort, not taking out Ferox Chris early on, and then getting taken out by that grouping of the entire squad about a couple of seconds later. It do cost them those small mistakes, and they need to clean those up moving into game number 3.
No, 100%, dude. It looks like your webcam went off when I went to get the room codes there. Sorry. I'll get the room codes off my phone so your webcam stays on. Sorry, dude. Hiding your beautiful face from the beautiful public.
No, I'm not here. But definitely looking at an interesting, as we say, game number 3 and 4. A lot of teams even on the scoreboard so far. And looking at my kind of list here from game number 1, we obviously have to keep an eye out on Gunrunners, who did score themselves that kind of massive 33 points from game number 1. So even though they go out in 4th place in game number 2, they are really looking strong with over 40 points so far.
Wow, that's a lot of points for 2 games, man.
Yeah, and that's all from those 13 kills, as we say, from the first game. And you dominate one game, that's kind of all you need to sit pretty, looking kind of, as long as you get those top 3, those top 4 finishes in the rest of the games, you're looking at a high placement, if not 3rd, 2nd, 1st on that leaderboard. But as we say, moving on a little bit further into game number 3, which will be coming at us in about 5 minutes here. So we'll take a short break and then come back at you guys with the game number 3.
Yeah, see you guys soon. Thank you for staying with us and have a good little break.
To the hopper and you just don't stop up. Hip to the hopper and you just don't stop up. Hip to the hopper and you just don't stop up. Stop up, stop up, just don't stop up.
Big market, bad karma, big waste, bad dharma. Sell Nestle bombs in Ghana, red hands, blood farmer. Big market, bad karma, big waste, bad dharma. Sell Nestle bombs in Ghana, red hands, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer. Yeah. Humbly stumbling, rumbling bad. Sunk in the skunk haze, puncture the track. Bigger bad man with the thundering rap. Come run with the funk as we run from the tax. Rat-a-tat-tat, it's the sound of the clash. The sound of the crash of the banks in the class. Rat-a-tat-tat, it's the sound of the pigs as they murder our brothers and murder our kids. So we rise up finding peace. Got a sweet vibe inside of me. I fly high, I'm flying free. High in skies far I see. Heart on sleeve, I'm weaving and scheming against these demons that creep in these sweet dreams that we're seeking. Yeah, we defeat. Big market, bad karma, big waste, bad dharma. Sell Nestle bombs in Ghana, red hands, blood farmer. Big market, bad karma, big waste, bad dharma. Sell Nestle bombs in Ghana, red hands, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer.
To the hopper and you just don't stop up. Hip to the hopper and you just don't stop up. Hip to the hopper and you just don't stop up. Stop up, stop up, stop up, stop up.
Quick flip of the pyramid, killing it. A rhythm killer with a bigger bit of wisdom kid. Bit of system, rip it into little bits. Rebuild with the love as we're giving in. Giving in to the phases of ages. Waiting for ages to page to be changing. Rising, raging, skies will be blazing. Blazing the lies and the guys that we waited. Watch David versus the giant. Bursting alive with a pebble I admire. All the rebels that would die for the hire. Step into the tyrant, step into the fire. Banks get burned down. Shops sizzling. Torturing infants more in the wisdom. Call of the all and install in the sickness. Big business falls in an instant.
Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer.
Better run from the system. Run a drone, then they're killing of the innocents. When the ones will be warring and whoring our will for the selfish interests. To them, we're bones on the board. Cannon fodder in a profitable war. Brainwashed on that honorable cause. Bet to yourself, sign up the fall. It's the sound of the guns, sound of the trap as they light up the slums. It's the call of the drones, gunning our people, destroying our homes. Reclaim strength, third night on a new wavelength. Start seeking peace, believe in Zen. Look to the light and it all makes sense. Makes sense.
Shoplifting from big business, bigger sickness, bigger bad and vicious. All the victims addicted to Christmas, no religion, witness, fitness. Shoplifting, tragic, capital, woken and acting. I wanted to smash it all, crash and trash it all the cash is flammable, act is laughable, I jam with the magical. Shoplifting, lifting shops, market thief, man I shift what I got. Shifting a lot, then I drift till I stop, get big with the biff, man I stick to the pot. Shoplifting, tax, insuring, clocking the lot, don't stop till I'm snoring. Pop in the shop and I leave with my fortune. Man I'm poor but my life is awesome. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer, blood farmer. Red hands, blood farmer, blood farmer.
It's the Mr. Bigfoot, Louis Zico.
Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub.
So the bass been rumbling, ganja man get crumbling. Raw paper skunking it, cigarette nah don't funk with it. Bigger rhythm we're bumping it, rack up the stack stop pumping it. Fill up the club and stumble it, in the rubber dub tub and dunking it. Dive in the bass, lo-fi riding a sign in a wave. And your mind vibrates to the vibes that we lay. Light up a rhythm with a rhyme in a rave as the lo-fi Viking slicing away. Lo-fi samurai with no shame, getting on it with the honor and the fame. Says well sound and lo-fi say it.
Sound crisp when we rock up in a dance and bust a bigger set. When we play that big tune, tell the DJ reload. For the MC I feature to with a bit of sweet flow. Yeah, the sound heavy and the sound fat. When we turn up all the speaker box and bust up in a dance. When we drop a heavy lyric, tell the DJ pull up. For the MC I feature to let me ride up on this song. Rubber dub style. It's Trinity Lo-Fi, rubber. It's rubber dub. It's rubber dub.
Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, rubber, rubber,
Oi,
rubber,
oi.
rubber dub.
Zeke's in the big feast to the back, passing the mic right to the track.
Love for the sound man stacking a rack. Lo-fi dubs in a whole new class.
End of the night's been track for track, crank of the double with master that.
Chef of the Mega Man blast attack. Wild step of style, step to that.
Knees up, can we bring that steez up? If a track please, then a track get wheel up.
Positive drops to the biggest of the speakers. Clear in the bass bin, sharp in the tweeters.
In this life, no boss can beat us.
Quit that job, no boss to feed us.
Respect is a two-way street, cuz so we not let authority lead us. Oi, oi, Trinity Lo-Fi.
Oi, oi, we are back. Catch that same catchphrase and commentating and rapping. Oi, oi. It's one of my songs just finished, and I'm just saying oi, oi at the end of the song, and I open up the commentary with oi, oi. But it works. It'll go everywhere. Catchphrase for life, buddy.
Oh man, I mean, straight back into game number 3 here, off of Sandhawk into the deserts of Miramar. Bigfoot in a interesting playing path here, straight down in prime opportunities for these teams to go wherever they please in this map, whether it be to the west of El Pozo, to the south of Picado, down even to the Minas del Sur, Southern Islands, or Los Leones, or even as we see some teams dropping to that northeastern area, Cristobal and El Azahar.
And Wasted made it back into game, so Wasted is back for Totem. And Totem looks like Aeljab's dropping at Power Grid, but Ale, Zoo, and Wasted going slightly separate places, and it's possible they're going to clash with Evo Dridri, who's dropping in a very similar place to Elzu. So I'm going to go straight over to Dridri, and Elzu, and see if who's going to come out on top of that one.
Yeah, and definitely just have to keep an eye out on these players here. And looking around at Vertu and Spark as well, we see obviously these Gunrunners as well as a squad of Vertu here, as we say, kind of fighting out against each other, but GRS getting one knock up of their own.
Yeah, knocks already, and I was about to say it's really going to depend on who got the better loot out of Dridri and Elzu. And Elzu's on level 3 bag, level 2 helmet, level 1 armor, while Dridri's on level 1 helmet, level 1 armor, has a shotgun and a pistol. Elzu is rocking a mutant and an AK. I don't think Dridri's going to come out this one alive. Elzu needs to push hard and push fast, because Dridri has just picked up an AK of their own, as well as an ump, and it's going to get serious on this early game 1v1.
Getting a knock up here himself here with the pistol. P95 doing work for him here. And
who got a pistol knocked out? I'm over with
Blaze here. Nice. I'm on GRS.
Cool. Well, I'll put the small screen on GRS there, and keep this big one on Elzu right now. He's not quite pushing that hard. Kind of just taking it a little bit easy. Oh, and Dridri drives off. Ooh, go on, get to the side, quick! Go on, Elzu! Go on! Yes!
Gonna find him.
Nice! Go on, buddy! Get it! Oh, I'm sorry, big Totem supporter. I love it.
We can obviously see Bigfoot's not biased. That's all.
Impartial commentary from Bigfoot over here.
Oh man, I would go for that as well. I mean, who doesn't love shooting people down when they're in the car?
Oh, Dridri's giving all the loot over. Look at this etiquette here. Elzu might even take the loot and let Dridri live.
I don't think so. I think he'll get shot as soon as he's done. He reloads.
Run him over. He's going to get in the car and run him over, I think.
Oh, here we go.
No. Oh, they just... Wasted punches him. Okay, I'm going to shoot over to San Martin and see what's happening here between GRS and... what's BR?
Here we go. Spark actually getting one for himself here as he gets those knock-ups, but he is very low himself. Vertu as well on the edge. Take a look at the side of Vertu's squads here. In their perspective, they have lost 2, but Badrion and Nice here still alive. Nice has the advantage here. He's trying to get those knocks up. He manages to find one, reloads for the second.
Oh, Spark nearly knocks back with the 4x as Nice hunkers down to heal behind a box. Hesh has managed to make it back in the building. These buildings are so great for pushing and defending.
Spark gets knocked down though, and Nice has found that second knock up. But there's no one to follow up, and it will be revived back. But I think what we need to do now is actually use this time to escape. Nice actually holds down the building. He takes too many shots trying to be cautious there, and he will get knocked up.
Yeah, man. He was going for the jump. He was going to try and jump from this building to that building, which you can't do. He was probably going to and look at them. They're all healed up. GRS all healed up and pushing on no health. Oh, this is hilarious.
I mean, yeah, they definitely lost the opportunity there. Should have immediately ran and retreated there. Badrion, the only surviving member. They were never going to be able to take that fight from the other side of the building. Even if they did get those knock-ups, it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, in a situation like that, what you really need is a Fortnite grappling hook to get you from one building to to another.
Definitely, that'd be really good. I mean, I would love to see that in PUBG. An item.
I
where
would
you
not
can
love to
transfer.
see. I would not love to see Fortnite grappling
I
hooks in
would.
PUBG.
Just immediately, or if you could grapple the players for some real BM.
Oh,
Off of the
bring
building.
the players back into you. Get over here!
Just put the players off the building with the grappling hook.
So,
I mean, we also have to see looking at the edge of the border here, Aequilibritas versus Evo as well. Evo's kind of surrounding Aequilibritas's compound. Like could pick out, but Evo only 3 members versus the support of Aequilibritas, who have also lost Dredri already, which is not going to put them off in the best foot.
Evo, yeah, they're just camping out above them right now. Rich is trying to peek out with a TPP perspective and see where the hell they are.
Yeah, he's trying to find one, but he gets shot down. 2 shots will do it from Yamor.
M16. This is another one of those awesome little... I think this might be a new compound. If not, it's an edited compound. But look at this new stuff on the roofs here. Bit of climbing around those roofs there. Looks nice, but it's not actually very practically useful, to be honest with you. Jokax coming in, trying to confirm these kills.
He's trying to find one as they jump out the building. He can't find one, but it's not going to matter. He can't find a 2v1. He gets immediately wiped. And now the revive's going to come out. Aequilibritas find that kill. Azza and Yamor. He's trying to find Quigley, but yeah, Azza misfires on his shot saying cannot find Quigley here. Gonna get sniped down to 1 shot remaining. Can't find that final bullet inside of Azza right now. GRS getting 1 for themselves. Keep an eye on Azza here. He actually gets 1 knock up, immediately turns around.
Wow. It's not...
Rich in his trying member. Can he find it? And can't barely find that double knock up. Yeah, more there trying to cover for him.
It's interesting, these fights, when everyone's using the advanced strafe and duck technique and seeing who can land those bullets first. And yeah, that is Evo out with Aequilibritas just so comfortable, sitting on 3 team kills there.
Yeah, so could have gone another way against Aequilibritas. Really close call for them. Gonna have to be more respectful of these teams. Kind of get outplayed there almost by the side of Evo.
Where are Totem? Totem down in Picardo, pushing down towards Picardo. We got NRT in Picardo, and Wasted's actually really far away from Ailzu and Chris. Wasted's probably in car with the other Ale.
XG here, and number 1 Evil's finding out each other's side. Ketsu going really low. He does get knocked out by Cortex there and behind. Panda pushing him out there. Jetto, the remaining member, in really not looking great for them. Crispy also split, having to fend off against Vicious and Cortex. He looks like he will just run away, let Jetto die, as a doubt there will be a way out of him for his building unless he pulls off that miracle 2v1.
Jetto bleeding out fast right now. Still sitting with some pretty primitive weapons as well. I think that was a... Where are you? Where are you, buddy? Oh no, he's got
I mean, you can't escape though, because Cortex on that hill is looking straight down on top of them all. Has that high ground advantage.
Yeah.
Cortex, he gets that kill finally onto Jetto. He will fall down, and that will be them only with 1 remaining member, Crispy, as he does escape there. Bro Black, also a team here. They didn't manage to keep themselves in a full man squad.
But they do have XVA pushing up right on them.
GRF below them as well.
UKID, previous member of 1218, probably trying out for Bro Black tonight and doing a good job as far as we can tell. There's been a few unfortunate situations for Bro Black, but it's not too much, hasn't been too much about their skills or lack thereof. And I'm not sure why UKID isn't shooting. He does open up fire on the last car now. He did miss 1 chance on the car in front of it. Probably a better shot too, but Carrings is half health, does get 1 more headshot in, and Carrings does go down with a finished body shot probably, and that is 1218 showing the worth that he can add to Bro Black. And now pushing back.
UKDN needs to get over here because it is actually GRS now pushing on to the rest of them.
Bro vegan. Big respect if you're actually a vegan, bro. Takes a lot of discipline and care for the planet. Big respect.
We are Vegan here on the edge looking over, as well as Gatroxic just a little bit ahead of him here. UKid now making his way further over. Rise also outside, but GRS have that advantage. UKid, you can see him on there with the sand buggy moving in.
And the Golden Marauders still sat in the Hacienda garage. No one's taken it yet, but maybe someone will take it out if they win this Hacienda fight. My Golden Marauder edit should be up next week. It's going to take a long time to edit because it was so many games, but I'm going to do it over the coming week.
Gatroxic and Vegan here have eyes on Blade. He isn't going to be able to find that with two members there. A knock up on the high ground, but Blade kind of have to be careful moving around these buildings. Doesn't want to get a headshot.
Gatroxic does get Spark there.
Yeah, for Aequilibritas there, we're going to move in perhaps, but actually just decide to ignore that fight. Still going to be a one-on-one for these squads. Looking right at the edge of the map, Aequilibritas actually running straight into the side of X-Value here. X-Value, the winners of game number 2 on Sandhawk, Reflex and Quiglio.
Hesh retreating even right now. As is Spark. Everyone retreating and Bro trying to catch up. But be careful how hard you push to catch a retreat because there will be counter camps there and Vegan goes down. UKID having a little bit of a snake by the wall there. Throw some nades, UKid, please. Throw some nades. Nice one.
UKid here on the edge. Vegan obviously is taken down so far. As UKid Gatroxic. The team members still up right now. But we see Silkos making that flank around. Keep an eye out on here and they actually do retreat as we say. Silkos kind of keeping an eye on them, making sure we don't move further in. Spark is going to move out there with also it looks like Hesh. Those two members, and as we say once again, keeping one member back, keeping that information intact to make sure that we don't move to where you're now moving yourself. The border, however, they make that rotation up and around because it has gone to an easterly side border. They're going to have to try get around here as actually NRT also moving into Silkos.
And we've got Toxic in the east side of the map there with not a single player for at least 1.5 kilometers around Toxic there. So safe. I think Toxic is going to get some good positioning points right now. As we do see Totem try and finish off what they started on X-Value.
Keep an eye out on Totem here, and they have to take out X-Value, a team. They got that chicken dinner, as we say, game number 2. They've got those points on board, and if you can take out a team like X-Value, it is going to be valuable for your team. They're moving into Miramar here, but Totem, Alazu has to be careful of also the side of help here. He gets one bullet put into him a second as he tries to throw that grenade out.
And I'm not too sure if these teams have fully adapted to the new map yet or not, because there's so many new compounds and they surrounding them. I mean, I don't think Totem might not have vehicles right now, but they seem to be.
Taking him out on the sniper. I mean, Alice did not notice Nox at all on that mountain opposite, and he takes him down. And that will likely be Alice going out of the game.
Yeah, the third party picking up your flank guy is never going to end well, really. So yeah, Elzu will be going down. Shouldn't be crawling towards the team, to be honest. That's another thing. If you're pretty much definitely going to die, don't crawl towards your team because you're telling the team that's attacking you exactly where your team is. Wasted is pulling up, but he's pulling up on a full squad. He needs to turn around and leave, and he does just pull away and say, "Sorry, Elzu, that's it, buddy." Yeah.
You have to be careful. And that was a mispositioning there from Elzu, trying to get those grenades, getting a bit greedy there himself for those double kills on against team help and not respecting the damage that could come out and the skill that could come out from Elzu will fall down in just a couple moments.
There's zone circles around them. But right now, Bro Black, Totem, Help, and X-Value just all on top of each other on the west side of El Azahar. Help God knocks Ale Jab out. T-God getting the extra knock. Ale Jab is finished. Chris is also knocked. Wow. Totem Esports just getting obliterated from all angles. Gatroxic pushing towards Chris.
Yeah, Wasted straight on out of there. He doesn't want anything to do with it. And he escapes trying to go around the southern side, perhaps. But he has to be respectful of help there as well. We can't get by them just yet. Bro Black also behind them. We have XVA here, X Value above them to the north. And actually, the border looking really spicy right now around El Azahar, with also CCCP moving up into this fight, perhaps as well.
And GRS still conflicting with NRT there. Chris is gone, Wasted, waiting for the moment to retreat. Lisa was watching. Yep, Lisa was down trying to pin out Wasted, but Wasted manages to hit Lisa back before she gets a chance.
Here we go, also keeping an eye out on Wasted here, as well as CCCP if they choose to go in. We also keeping an eye out on X Value as well. We do see Mers going down, getting shot up, and it will be Flick just trying to body block for him as he makes his way into this building with Bro Black, UKid firing down against him here. Finally into cover somewhat here. Choosing to go back into the building. Smart decision with Mers only one shot away.
I'm just watching Gashi here pop off the Winchester and not hit a single shot. It's so funny. It's Gashi's just firing shot after shot, pretty much blind into smoke, and trying to get a shot on someone he could see, and did miss that one, unfortunately. But it's definitely not a long-range weapon, the Winchester. It's say about 100 meters, 200 meters. Nah, 200 meters probably out of limit for the Winnie for me. Not a pro, but if you do have access to a higher velocity gun, you really should be taking it for those longer distances.
Yeah, especially here on these mountain sides where it is about the sniper war right now, and GRS getting a knock up for themselves, and one Evils as well, getting a couple NRT as well, and all of these fights now happening out between the side of the southern edge here with GRS and NRT, as well as these kind of 4-man team fight happening up in this area. So the zone now shifts out of it. We see even XVA retreat, but straight into the side number 1 Evils, and Aequilibritas Mers going immediately down to the side of Cortex and Panda.
Yeah, Mers gone but not forgotten. And just checking out Panic on this edge of the map here. They're just getting that information as people move into zone. It's such a good spot. I don't know if this is new or just never ever been here. I think it's new. There's this tower on a hill. It's such a crazy spot for Miramar, but the chances of the zone finishing around it ridiculously slim. Like, this tower being useful is a rare occasion, but right now it is extremely useful for Panic. If they can't get kills from it, they can at least harvest information.
Definitely have to give you here, and as we see Aequilibritas, even Black now move into perhaps another team fight here as they make their way forward into the border once again as it shifts out. But number 1 Evils have eyes on them.
Butte does go down, and that leaves GRS comfortable to move into zone. And look at Totem Wasted. Everyone has retreated from the area, and now Wasted is just chilling, making sure they're all gone, waiting for the silence. Definitely, probably can't hear any gunfire right now, and he's like, I wonder if anyone's camping me or not. He doesn't know if they are or not. He was hopefully expecting it because it's extremely likely. He doesn't have the information we have, and he does not know that no one is camping him. So hopefully he's going to get in a car and make his escape. He is actually checking for the camp, peeking out all the windows in different angles. And
I mean, he's got to move at some point because GRS are going to be coming into that area directly into him soon enough as that zone shifts in further. So he's got to make sure that he gets out of there before he gets taken up by another duo of squads.
No, he seems pretty comfortable, but I'm not sure where he's planning on coming into zone because the south side is so dominated. And remember what we said yesterday about the zone shift. The opposite side is the side you want to enter from. It shifted north, so enter from the north because the south side will be busy when it shifts north. So Wasted could really do with making a huge rotation to the north side. Entering that south side is going to be extremely risky.
Yeah, definitely agree. Could be going around Christopher, but he also has to keep a note here. Big Further Bro Black also occupy that western side, as well as all these teams kind of taking their own section, this own chunk of the southern side of the border. No teams moving north apart from Crispy here, who looks really comfortable on a late game position.
Yeah, Crispy doing the excellent survival technique there. And looking like Wasted is in the stream listening to my advice. Who shot that flare? Not allowed. Not allowed. Or is it... No, sorry, that's Pro EU not allowed. Are flare guns allowed in Brute? I can't even remember.
I don't know. I had to look them up.
Yeah, they're not allowed in Pro EU. I'd be reporting them right now, but I think Brute might be okay with it.
Let me have a look here myself. So keep an eye out here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
On the team.
No emulators, hacks, or teaming. That's it, really.
Yeah, no, definitely. So players are allowed in this one.
So yeah, Limbo Boom sending up a flare on the edge of map here. Interesting idea. Yeah, so also it looks like Nightmare have a flare up on that hill there. And there is a normal airdrop up in the north.
Number one Evils do have eyes, however, on Blue Black. We have seen from Cortex's perspective, we do see the vehicles moving around towards them. That zone shift once again, 0 players in the zone right now with 31 people alive. We see number one Evils desperately trying to make that move in with Panda ahead, leading that charge. All of these teams going to fight for that southern end.
Yeah, and Panic didn't really get to make use of that hill much. It's going to be such a rare opportunity for that hill to be amazing, but it was useful. I mean, they've got information. They know most of the teams are down on that south side. They're just going to move up north and do a similar positioning on an east side of zone, I think. Wasted, driving round, doing exactly what I suggested, but coming across Bro Black, taking some shots at Bro Black even. Big Billy Balls, Totem, Wasted, man, all by himself trying to wipe a whole squad.
He's got to answer Gatrox to go behind him on that vehicle.
Is Gatroxic in the gold? Yes, Gatroxic's taking the gold Mirado to the victory. Oh, I love this, man. I've been waiting to see this in the scrim. The gold Mirado, and it's gone. It's gone.
Waste is having none of it.
He's like, no, mate. That's enough bling for you.
He's trying his best to get him, but can't quite find him, and that's a real shame. Could have taken out one member of Pro Black there had his aim been true. But we see now the teams move into that zone. Crispy still choosing not to enter the zone just yet. Stay as far as he can to the edge on the northern side where he knows right now that there have been no teams. But he has to also respect the Pro Black trying that rotation once again. They're known for going round to that safe side of zone shift up north on that western movement up to Crispy. And we now also have to keep an eye out in this zone on that crate. If we do see the side of Panic or number one Evils choose to go down for that crate, or even if we see the side of Nightmare move up towards it, and if these teams do, as I repeat once again, get that kind of AWM online, if they kind of get that 8x scope online, it will be so impactful for them moving in, especially if we have a really open late game.
Yeah, well, that crate there in the center of zone is containing an M249 and a 4x. So not the greatest scope available, but the M249 can be very useful in clutch situations where you don't have time to reload. So we're going to see if anyone goes down and grabs that. It's looking like no one is currently, but Wasted has managed to make it into a high ground point of the west side of zone. Going to still be comfortable for a little bit longer. I'm very impressed with the ability there, and also surprised about the attack.
The action here happening down southeast with Aequilibritas GRS and also cccp here on the edge. They have lost 2 on Aequilibritas, Reflex reviving 1, but has to keep an eye on Nightmare on the edge.
Yeah, an out of zone fight. I missed that was even going on because I was only looking within the circle. And yeah, a lot of these guys desperate to get to zone. They're just dropping like flies. This is such a strong zone now. 9 teams remaining, and Panic getting over to this side of zone early. And look at the positioning points just climbing and climbing for them as they wait as all these other teams wipe each other out. Totem doing pretty good, making his way through Tierra Bronca towards the zone. There is a great spot to hide on that circular stadium you can see on the west side. A really, really good spot for a solo. You can get in there and no one will find you. Bro Black still on 4 people, moving past N1 into zone. That is gonna get heated for sure on this west side, and we do see Katroxic is down as I come in, and we're gonna have a look at what Vicious is looking at right now. He's just injecting an adrenaline shot, trying to get boosted up before this conflict continues.
Here we go. Here, Gatroxic now moving in with the rest of his team. But Gatroxic's actually already down, and we see also the rest of his team now trying to reposition here. We also have to keep an eye on Crispy, who could take out a couple of members. We've seen it done before with the solo man wins in the late game. Crispy has played it very patiently so far, but we see the action still happening down at cccp here on the edge with Limboboom and Shotnik. Limboboom are down, Shotnik, they will go down as I move over to another team out of the game with 7 remaining here.
So 7 teams left, and Totem managing to climb just as high as Panic, which is quite impressive considering Panic have just been hanging around in mostly empty zones, and Totem's been in the thick of the action the whole game. Wasted doing so good to take the team to the top 7 and hopefully further, but N1 are pulling in the back, pulling up at the same circular arena that I was just talking about. I wonder if he's going to be hiding like I mentioned, or if he's just going to keep going for the kills. Oh, interesting. He's not hiding what I would have, but he's in a good hiding spot nonetheless.
Seeing Cortex, Panda, and Vicious here trying to take out these vehicles from Bro Black. Very brave to take on vehicles here on the edge. Gatroxic still down, no U-Kid low as well. Vegan Arise, the 2 members here. The smoke screen comes down as Vegan tries to get up to Arise here, back into the player area. Totem also stuck in the middle of it all. We see a number go down here as number 1 Evils get wiped. We also see number 1 Evils get one back onto Bro, however, as well as they lose one themselves. And this could be a very quick late game stage here right now with only 4 teams remaining. 3 have been wiped out in about the last minute. We see also X Value still alive, however, versus Panic as well as Bro Black, and Wasted also that 1 member squad.
Yeah, Wasted has just done so well there. He nearly got wiped. He was getting shot from both angles, managed to dodge the bullets and get into a safe spot. Luckily, Bro were a little bit distracted, as were the other team, and Wasted has, not through kills, but through survival, has managed to score about 10 extra points for the team this game, if compared to what they would have got had he gone out in that conflict earlier on in the valley next to that petrol station.
Yeah, and every point matters, especially as we move into this game and the final game here. And we have to just respect here, also looking at this kind of full man squad once again. Well, 3-man squad, should I say, of XVA, X Value. The team, obviously, we've got that chicken dinner in game number 2. Can they do it in game number 3 once again? Panic, the full squad remaining here in this game, are the only likely people who could stop this from happening. The grenade goes out onto Halo, but it goes wide.
And look, as they pull up on X Value, Totem has such a good backstab into Panic. If he can just get down, Totem might be able to, Wasted might be able to clinch this so far. And I take those words right back out my mouth.
Rambo immediately takes him down.
Rambo gets him, saw him coming, but he did have a good opportunity for a backstab there, but Rambo is too spatially aware.
Vegan jumping into the zone, he's desperate to try bandage himself up here. That small incline gonna not be enough, as we see Flick take him out, and that will be now 2 members remaining. Flick on 5 kills so far, the highest still surviving. 8 kills versus the 2 on Panic, so Panic do really need to get these kills and get this chicken dinner, because if they give this over to X Value are going to be looking real comfy after these last 2 games.
Yeah, man, X Value doing so good. So we just have 1 Vikendi match left after this, I expect. Unless it goes back to a wrangle, but that's more of the Pro EU style. I'm pretty sure Brute goes through all 4 of them.
Yeah, it does look like Vikendi, I think, will be the last map, you know.
And Flick is so unlikely to clutch this, but like we say, never speak too soon. He gets a knock on Toxic. 1 well-placed grenade, and this is all his. Literally, 1 grenade over that rock on the double there, but no.
Has to be careful.
Yeah. No,
the shot
that's
coming
it.
in, the grenade lands on him instead, and that will be the game done. And that goes to the end of that 3rd game, man. Here is we kind of get into this final match. But talking about obviously X Value, they still come out in second place. They get those 8 kills online, which is what they're really looking for. So they get the 20 points, which you're kind of looking for in these games. But Panic going to be so really happy with himself here, moving in with kind of so many points now from that next game, getting those final couple of kills, also onto Wasted as well, going to get those extra kind of kill points which we were looking for. Bro Black do survive, however, a little bit longer. They get that 3rd place, which is kind of what they've been looking for. They kind of suffered, but Miramar seems to be that break-in.
Yeah, Miramar just destroys people sometimes. It's that pushing, the long pushes for zone, and when it jumped so far north, you saw all those teams on that south side, man. It was just ridiculous. And then the fight continued way past the zone's movement, and they're just still fighting it out in the blue, and barely anyone made it out of that situation alive, eh? And it would drop from about 11 teams remaining to 7 and then 4 in the matter of seconds.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that is down to just Miramar as a map in this kind of late game stage. And when you end up with a game kind of like Miramar, but so open in the late game stage as well, that's when you really start to see these teams drop. As we say, moving down from 7 teams to 4 in about a minute, and then down to that winner in the next 2. It was a very quick late game versus just looking moments before that. I was kind of looking at 13 teams still in the game.
Yeah, and everyone just dropped like flies in that last zone. Just drop. But man of the match, and it's not biased, goes to Wasted. That survival technique, man. Taking the team from like 15th place to 4th or 5th or whatever it was. That's just too good, man.
I mean, definitely patience there does pay off, and that's kind of what you want from your teammate there in that last place. In Wasted doing exactly what he needed to do to survive, and gets, as we say, those 4th place, gets about those extra 10 points for his team with the kills on top from that squad earlier on, and that's going to kind of keep them in about that middle of the pack. But the teams that we're really looking at right now at the top are X Value. We're also kind of looking here from game number 1 as well, looking like Gunrunners here, kind of looking also a little bit like could be Gamer as well. Kind of, they did get obviously that 2nd place, that 19 points. If they can pull out a really high score on the Kendi, that could really boost them up and put them back on top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this Vikendi match. There was a really good one a few weeks ago that I uploaded separately on my channel. I should do that again soon, to be honest. I should upload a couple of separate games. Maybe the Erangel match from this morning. From today, sorry. It could be a great one.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that a couple of weeks ago with that zone shift, that crazy Vikendi match, which we saw, that was just something else.
That happened again recently in a separate scrim too, man. 60% water, zone 1.
I mean, Vikendi known for that and brutal. We could see it tonight, or we could see a slightly more generous Vikendi. But Vikendi, as you say, known for being the most brutal map in Pubg with its zone shifts with so much of that zone being in water.
Yeah, a lot of it, man. And those mountains up in the north past the water, completely unobtainable. But go check out Wacky Jackie's YouTube. He's broke the game again. He's gone and floated up to those north mountains above Vikendi and checked them out. It's worth a watch. It's a weird video, but Wacky Jackie's great at making unique content. Go check him out. I think he sounds Canadian, or he might be American, though. Good lad.
No, anyways, as we say, we'll be back with you soon. Going into the final game with Vikendi in about 8 minutes. So slightly longer wait time here, Bigfoot. But just before we go, I mean, definitely, as we repeat, come back and stay tuned for this final match, because there are so many teams, and despite the fact of X Value getting at kind of 1st place, 2nd place matchup, so many teams high on this leaderboard, and Vikendi will be that final decider, which is often not the case as we see in these scrims with one team kind of dominating.
Yeah, and Happy Juice has put that it's 22:05 for the next game, but it's 21:05, I'm sure.
The low way that one.
Oh no, it's 12. Sorry, no, it's because it is GMT. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
I've been mixing it up. Yeah. GMT, BST, CET, CET.
time zones of the world. That you got to get used to.
So it is 22:05. 22:05 in Central Europe. So that for you guys listening and watching is 22:10 Central Eastern Europe time and 21:10 Great British time. And yeah, bear with us, and we'll be back with that last game in Vikendi for some snowy bloodbaths. You know what I would like to see in Vikendi? Bloodstains on the snow.
Oh man, turn Vikendi red. I like it.
Bloodstains on the snow in Vikendi would be something else.
That would be something else. But I think you'd have to put an option for that, you know.
Oh yeah, and you can make it green as well.
Some kid, yeah.
You can make my blood's yellow at the minute because I've put colorblind settings on. You can have yellow, green, or red blood.
All the blood colours. But as we say, yeah, we'll be back with you guys in a couple moments, about now 5 minutes away for the Vikendi action.
Well, it's the well sound. Jody Bigfoot, Trinity Lo-Fi, E Bigfoot rap. Smash this system. Crash this system. Fight back this system. My eye just knocked the wheel like the victims. Yeah.
Let's play charades, but don't make me stake it all at the game of life. Pack a deck of my cards, saw the future like King Belshazzar. Babylon is found, don't fall. Left them trying to keep a hold of a loaded arm. Reached the fork in the road, but found no comfort for an empty stomach and blistering souls. The will will survive, the winter might be slim, but as we know, it's been particularly cold. We don't even know the half of what the porkies they told. Yeah, it's only ever really down to one thing, and that's a dough. It's not likely to differ. So if in life you find you sliding down a slippery pole, just know the system is broke and it can't be fixed. Why the only hope is war in a Babylon. Bring them back to the ground. If I have to do it brick by brick, then this is how I take control of my life. Let me squash that shredded out, cause when lightning strikes in the same place twice, be lights out.
Smash this system. Crash this system. Fight back this system. My eye just had the wheel like the victims.
Let's play charades, hardy ha. We be acting like we're large as the stars. Or so divided and we're conquered and we're split into halves. Twisted and constricted from our different poles.
Seduced with kiss, reduced to units, serve the glitch. A dot inside a history that's oh so rich.
Since we left the garden, we've been farming. Now we're farmed in a factory farm. Farm the harm and feed the Martians. A cake of shit, feel the bliss, we lie on top of it.
And now it's death by the chocolate opposite.
On the telly screen, you've seen the iceberg melt. Lament the meaning, mental dream of keeping ice in hell. Hardened in charades, nobody notices we made a play. Devoted to the motion. If you woke, you know we paved the way. And if you woke, you know the race and its chains. You see the faking game and see your mates are enslaved.
Smash this system. Crash this system. Fight back this system. My eye just had the wheel like the victims.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oi, oi, wonder. Yo. Wonder how the thunder clapped for its light snack. Striking with magic, the master brings the mic back. Grasping the plastic, the basic rhyme a right whack. It's better right slack. Winter's coming and I'm running with a tight sack. Bring my ball to the wall. I bring the